Hi there, it's Mark Walsh here, and my lovely assistant, or person I did these webinars with, and that's Angela Bailey. She's going to talk in a second. I'd like, first of all, to welcome you to the webinar. It is Christmas, so happy Christmas, everybody. Hopefully you're prepared. It's 23rd of December, the date of this webinar in the evening in the UK. And what I want to do is, first of all, wish everybody on the call a happy Christmas. I hope you're all sorted out. I have 5 kids there expecting big things in 2 days. Hopefully their expectations will not be not be dampened when they get up on Christmas morning. Not as cost. Oh, it shouldn't be with what it costs anyway. So what I want to do is hand over to Angela. She's going to go through things. I think this evening, because we are coming towards the end of the year, is naturally this week and next week will lead into some reflection perhaps upon this year's activities and what will happen going forward into 2014. So over to you, Angela.
Hi, and welcome everybody. Great to have you with us, and thanks ever so much for that, Mark. Yeah, 5 children, all expectantly waiting to see what Santa brings them. And I think the other thing as well, I'm sure Debbie is waiting to know exactly what Santa's bringing her as well.
She has an inkling, actually, because I put a thing on Facebook the other day that we're in some of the lingerie shops. I've told that's how it's pronounced in Manchester in the UK, and went shopping for the kids and stuff. We always end up in the women's shops, and I always end up buying stuff for her. So she has a good idea of some of the, well, most of the stuff she's going to be getting. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, yeah, we are coming to the end of the year. However, it's also the best time to start to think about what you want to do. Most people wait until the 1st of January. And really what I want to share and discuss tonight is it's not about waiting until the 1st of January. It's about what we can do now. So I think on the Blogger Doodle Do, I sent out something that said about capture pages and sales pages and the difference. But really what I want to start off with is, I'm sure that you have a look on Facebook, and it may be on different internet sites, and you can see those banner ads going around saying 10,000 leads, you know, pay me $7 now and you're going to get 7,000 leads, etc. What I want to do is take that back a step and really identify what it is you're trying to achieve and who you're trying to reach out to and help, because that's what internet marketing is all about. Sorry, Mark, can I just ask you to go on mute, please?
Yeah, I'm going to, yeah.
Thank you, my dear. So many of us get started in internet marketing, and in the early days, what we think is we have to replicate everything that's out there. So you need to just start to think who it is you want to help. And it's easier for you to help like-minded people than it is for you to help people who are very different to you. So if you were a young mum, which I'm not young and I'm not a mum either. So if you were a young mum, it's probably easier for you to look out for other young mums who are starting to, wanting to make money. If you were a 75-year-old granddad who was online trying to attract young mums, there's not a very good link there, and there's not a lot of common ground. So when we think, before we even start our marketing, what we need to think about is who would we be happy to help. And really, the only way to market, to build a team, is to actually surround yourself with people that you can help, people that you get along with, people that you like. And though, you know, it's not that we're exactly the same, but me and Mark are both in a certain age group. We both have come from a corporate background. We both have been in network marketing. And that first time we met, there were probably about 100 people in a room, and somehow we ended up sitting next to each other. And the next event we went to, we were sat together again. And it's strange how you end up just getting along with certain people out of a whole group. And when you look at us, you know, I don't have children. Mark has more than one. You know, but both of us are married. You know, both of us are from a certain background, so that's why we get along so well and why it's so easy to work together. And likewise, people who are in my team as well, unconsciously, I'm attracting people who are a little older. They're not normally 20-year-old, although I have got people in my teams who are in their 20s or very early 20s. But the majority of people who are in my team are people who I would say 35, even 40 plus. And it tends to be from about 35 to 55. Those are the most of the people. So if I then take a step back, whatever I've put together on the internet, the words and the phrases that I've used have resonated with people who are similar to me. And my target audience is somebody who's been trying for quite some time to make an additional income, somebody who's been doing the corporate job for quite some time, somebody who's got pretty stressed out with what they've been doing, and I'm still having to be really careful about, you know, the number of hours I do because I'm still, you know, working through and trying to de-stress. But those are the words that I'm using and those are the people that I'm attracting. So every single one of us on the call, just start to think about who it is you're trying to help. You know, one of my catchlines is, I was in a traditional MLM for 8 years, and in less than a year I've built a bigger income than I did in 8 years in MLM. So, of course, I'm also looking to attract people who've probably been on that hamster wheel for more than 6 months or 12 months. Somebody who's been in this industry and it just hasn't worked out for them. Not that the company was wrong, not that the industry was wrong, it's just that that home wasn't right for them at that moment in time. So think about, and if I could ask you to get out a piece of paper and just write on the top of that, who is my target audience? Who am I trying to attract? How old are they? What sex are they? What sort of career have they been in? What sort of family life do they have? What sort of lifestyle do they want? You know, do they want to go to Blackpool for the holidays, or do they want to go to Hawaii? These are the sort of things that once you start to actually write down who your target audience is, you're going to start putting phrases and words in there. So if I'm building a capture page and I'm trying to talk about a lifestyle to people, it's no good me trying to put a picture of Blackpool in there if I'm trying to engage with people who really want to go to Hong Kong. So again, really start to visualise, you know, what sort of presents are going to their household over Christmas. Mark, the sort of Christmas shopping you've been doing is a lot of toys, I would imagine, possibly games or computery things, and you know, so that's everything that you've been doing. For other people on the phone, you know, what have you been shopping for? What trials and tribulations, and you know, how much have you actually spent? For me, I got really excited when I've given a list to my husband, and he's managed to get me this Belgian cookbook that's normally £110, and I've told him to get me a second-hand copy because I don't know whether I like any of the things in there. But to me, I've attracted people into my team because I've talked about my passion about Belgium. And my team has expanded into Belgium, my favourite country in the world. So again, just start to think about, make this real for you. And once you've done a little bit of that, and keep on going back to that piece of paper where you're trying to say who is your target market. You know, if you think about Marks and Spencer, you know, are they marketing to absolutely everybody at this moment in time? No, they know the age group, the type of house, the number of children, the number of guests, how much spare time they have, the income that's going into that household. But all of those TV ads, you know, they're not trying to sell a high-end product to somebody who doesn't have that income, or to somebody who shops elsewhere. So again, they're very, very specific, and that's all it is, marketing. So when we talk about capture pages and sales pages, really that is your marketing. That is how you're going to get into that person's head at the other side of the computer. So I just quickly want to talk about capture pages and sales pages. Now, it will take much longer for you to get your head around them. But a capture page is just something that's going to register a person's interest. You've got something that they want. So what you want is their name and their email address. And if they're prepared to give you those two pieces of information, what will happen is they'll go into your autoresponder, of which you need to have a series of emails set up, and what you should be doing is welcoming them into your zone, into your space, into your world. So it may be that you've got a lead capture page out there, say, would you like to honestly know how to create and generate leads? You know, the free way? And somebody may say, yeah, give me your name and details, sorry, your email address and your name, and over the next 7 days, I will send you an email every day and everything that you need to do to generate your own leads. And at the end of those 7 days, if that individual follows those simple emails that you sent them and they've generated leads, they're going to see you as somebody who knows your stuff. And after 7 days, with you trying to engage with them and it working, do you know what? If you place an offer in front of them after 7 days, they're probably a hot prospect who may buy from you. However, what I see all too often is capture pages being put out there to get the name and the email address, and the first thing that we want to do is sell them something for $997 just because they've expressed an interest that they'd like to know how to generate leads. And actually, because there's no or little trust between you and the person in front of you, that's why you're not going to have a big take-up. But if you just guided that person and said them something that works, and again, all you have to do is get onto mine or Mark's email addresses, sorry, autoresponders, and we've got all of this set up anyway, and we can give you things that will help you. And if you then help someone for a few days, what's going to happen at the end of it? If you put an offer in front of them, it might be for $7, it might be for $27, it might be for $900. I don't know what you're trying to pitch or move or sell, but that's when the person will think this individual knows what they're up to, they're actually good at what they say because they've given me a series of emails and it's the first time it's ever worked. I've got leads going into my autoresponder now and I'm getting confident, so I'm going to follow this person. So that's what a lead capture page is. A sales page is something that's going to sell that product for $7, $27 or $997. And in a sales page, again, what we need to do is get something to try and sell to them. And we normally put a video in there, although some people in the industry don't like to be in front of the camera, so they won't actually put a video themselves. But a sales page is a video. There'll be lots of points as to what they're going to get out of that product, and we're going to have buy now buttons. Buy now, buy now, and that means that the person would buy. So they're two very, very different things. Lead capture pages are getting people onto your mailing list, and I don't think there's anything worse than saying that you'd like some information from somebody to help them. If you're saying, why don't you subscribe to my newsletter, because that's a good way to try and get people onto your list. And the first thing that they receive from you isn't actually a newsletter, isn't an email to help them, what it actually is saying, come on, give me your credit card details now. So the first stage is always to get people going onto your list, and that's getting a lead capture page together and just a series of introductory emails, informative emails. There's nothing wrong with having the link to your offers in there, but let's just not put them in the main body of those emails because it can turn off quite a hot prospect. So lead capture pages, purely that. Let's get them to understand a little bit more about you. And a sales page is exactly that. We're going to tell them why they need it, why they want it, and why they can't do without it. And if they don't get it, what's going to happen to them. So that's what a sales page is. And you know what? There's certain times where I've known that I wanted something, and what I do is I just get in touch with somebody that I trust. So that might be Mark, it might be several people, say, have you got this, or have you got anything to help me with this? And I'll just trust their judgment. Sometimes somebody will hit me at the right time, and Rob Ford did it the other day, but then again, he's another person I really respect as well. And there's stuff out there that's fantastic, and because I trust Mark, I know Mark, because I trust people like Rob Ford, I think he's fantastic, Diane Hoffman, now all of those people, if I see anything from them, I'll read it. And if I think that's something that I need to develop further, or that looks really niche or interesting, I'll buy it. I don't need to know everything about it, I'll just trust them because I know them. And that's all you're trying to do with the lead capture page, to get people in your circle, people to follow you and like you. So lead capture pages and sales pages, before you even start, just have a think about how you are trying to attract, who your target audience is. And as long as you do that, do you know what? You're going to put the right words together. So whatever's going through that person's mind, and it might be, I really haven't got a clue what a lead capture page is or how I'm supposed to work it. And if you put a lead capture page together, or a sales page that says, are you struggling to understand what this is? Are you looking for a system that not only guides you through with inbuilt training, but you can also get an hour free as a special bonus with me to tailor make your own lead capture pages? If that goes in front of the right person, you've got an instant sale, haven't you? So just have a think about who you're trying to attract, and it will work. So that's it from me tonight, Mark.
It's great, Angela. Absolutely fantastic. I thought that you covered so much there in terms of target market or target audience, as we tend to call it. There's so many people who seem to market to a lot of other people just to really endorse things that you said there. I think that if we take it from professional marketers, those people, and I just thought we were talking about people in supermarkets for some reason, because I mean, we go to supermarkets a lot, and without naming a particular supermarket, I know that I have a card, like with their loyalty cards. I guess we all have those. I get them for a good reason, because I travel a lot, and I can buy the fuel. And when I buy the fuel, I can collect these points, and at the end of the year, it more or less buys my Christmas dinner when I trade the points in. So yeah, I accumulate probably £150 or something of points.
Wow.
So it really is a good system over the year, and I get it for absolutely free. All I do is give the card in when I buy the fuel. But I also shop in their supermarket most of the time. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing about it was that they were looking to solidify their business. I read in one of the business papers a couple of years ago. And what they did is, rather than, and this goes directly to what you were talking about, what they did, rather than try and bring in new customers from just about anybody, because I mean, they do sell to the wide audience, because everybody's got to eat, haven't they? But what they did is they identified, and they are a huge concern, the top 500,000 customers in the UK. And what they did is they targeted those people. because they were the valued customers. Those are the people who had these little cars like I have, and they marketed special offers to those via email marketing, via direct mail, and you see, what they'd rather do is try, rather than to get new customers come in and buy from them, they try to increase the value of sales from their existing customers through marketing to them, and they targeted those people. And it's exactly the same thing that you're talking about there, Angela, and it's absolutely right. You have to look at who is your target market. As you say, we are very similar in backgrounds in many ways. And what we did, we've been through the whole network marketing thing. I mean, I'm still involved. We've been through the whole network marketing thing. We've been through the internet marketing grind and struggle. And here we are, and we've come out to the side of it. So we're able now, we're in a position now to know that a lot of people struggle with these basic concepts of putting together capture pages, of sales pages, and not just struggle with the technicalities of doing it, struggle for the reason why. Why would you want to put a capture page together? Why would you want to put a sales page together? And it gets so, and there is an array, an abundance of people out there who will just offer their services for a price, and what they will do is they will give you very little value, they will give you very little support and help, and I think if you're coming from a different angle and say, well, what I will do, I'll give you more value, I'll give you more, and you're leading to build that, what you were talking about with through your emails, you're looking to build that know, like, and trust with those people. So they get to know you, they like you, they trust you, which are important components in influence and persuasion. And if you have those that going for you, then you can start to market to them seriously. You take you more seriously. And I am an advocate. I will not ever promote anything which I don't personally believe works. And I will not sell it just for the sake of selling it. I know some highly successful marketers, what they do is they'll market specific products and certain products, but they will just sell anything. They don't really care. They're just looking for the fast sale in the book. And what we're looking for is to offer a valuable service, because long term we can create a better list, and that's something you touched on, which is so important, to build a targeted list of buyers. And then you can also look at that target list of buyers, because that's what internet marketing is all about, is building a list and building a relationship with that list. That's basically what you were talking about, but it's so important to get off on that right foot, Angela. Yeah.
And we've all made mistakes, haven't we? I'm sure you have, Mark. I certainly have. I'm proud actually, because I am making mistakes. But the one thing, I keep looking back to supermarkets, and I've been in 4 today for different things. Actually, was it 5? No, it was 4. But when you look at supermarkets, why would they want lots of people walking into the supermarket, dirtying the floor, cluttering up the aisles, moving the shopping trolleys, if they've walked out of that supermarket and didn't buy a thing? They don't want people walking into their stores who aren't buyers. So they attract them, don't they? And it's just like, you see all these adverts flying around saying, get 10,000 leads now. Well, 10,000 leads and paying to host them in an autoresponder costs you about £1,000 a month. So why would you want 1,000 leads where nobody's buying off you, but you've got to spend grand a month just to hold them on an autoresponder? And I think this is where people don't understand until you've got your list quite to a certain level, thinking no one's buying anything off me. And that's because you've bought most of those leads through these little systems that don't really work. And then you have to scrap them all and start again. And that's what we do when you go out there and you just try and find 1 lead a week or 1 lead a day. And then if you're interacting with them, trying to get to 2 leads a day. And that's where it all starts and works. And just look at your supermarket. They have to, any retail. Sorry, you were going to say something.
It's okay, Angela. I was just listening to the kids next door. They're watching this John Bishop thing. What I was to make lots of noise. What I was going to bed soon. What I was going to mention there is 2 points you made. One was the point about marketing itself, and you don't have to look any further than the Christmas itself to see how that's changed over the years, and it's become this huge marketing exercise, and we all fall into that. I mean, I personally just leave Christmas to the week before. I don't get involved. I don't have time to get involved. We have to do a little bit of planning, and they have to write the Christmas lists and everything else. But really, to be honest with you, the whole thing is changing since I was young, and the way that the marketing has really driven people to go and buy, and all the products like the electronic products that come out nowadays, and when you watch the kids' programs, they're interspersed with all of these different advertisements for all these different products and kids' toys, and how they target certain things at certain times of day. It really is. If you become an observer of this, if you just switch tact and become an observer of this, you can learn a lot about marketing. One of the cutest marketing tricks for toys is when the toy market itself had a huge challenge, because this is prime time now for the toy. Maybe 70% of their business is done right now at Christmas time.
I think it's over 90.
What's January like for the toy market? January is like off the edge of a cliff. There's nobody going to be buying toys. The last thing that anybody wants, unless it's your birthday, is toys. So they used to have half price sales and all the rest of it. They don't bother that anymore. What they do now is, it's very, very cute, they create demand. They create demand by the Christmas toy every year that comes out, that must-have toy. And when it's not available to most parents, they can supply that toy. The thing is that they wait till after Christmas, when the poor parent has suckered into this. The kid says, well, I promise you I'll get you something else for Christmas under the tree, but I'll buy you that in January. And what do most parents do? Go around the shops on January, they're looking up and down the aisles, buying the toy they couldn't get for the kids and promised them before Christmas. It was the way that the toy business, or whatever, toys and whatever, actually made January sales bigger than what they were. So it was the whole thing about marketing is if you study this, and if you want to be serious about marketing, about online marketing, it's no different. The rules are different. Creating scarcity is no different. That's what they did. They created scarcity at later Christmas, and then delivered the goods after Christmas when the parents and whatever were bought in. And that's what people do. And when you understand these tactics, there's a great book actually called, his name now, Robert Cialdini, and it's the Persuasion and Influence.
Yeah.
And it really is a fantastic book. It has everything in there that collects everything about scarcity, social proof, everything else, liking people, which we're talking about now in building lists as well. If you can get hold of that book, and it's what, $15, £10, and it's good. Get hold of that book and read it, and I use it as a reference. I still do. But if you study marketing, you study copy. If you want to go on the sales page, you study copy. How you put your benefits and the benefits of whatever you're selling over to somebody. This is where the money is made. This is definitely where the money is made, and we're going to start looking at how you can effectively. I agree with you, Andrew, 100%. If you go out and generate your own leads, you're not dependent on anybody else. If you can generate traffic, you can generate leads. And that's the key, generating good quality traffic from your target market and converting those into leads, and then converting them into sales and buyers because they know, like, and trust you. And that, in a nutshell, is marketing. So we're going to start marketing, I think, next week before 2014. We're going to start with, we're going to look at blogging, but we're really going to break this down, because a lot of people come into this and they want to do free stuff. We're going to really break this down. We're going to look at email marketing as well. We're going to look at copy. We're going to look at all. As we learn it, we share it. So we don't actually hold this stuff back. And we'll start to look through some of the very basic stuff as well to help anybody. Anybody can do webinars, and they can learn in 30 minutes, which I guess is right time now, is it?
It's 21:59. Well said. I don't think we've got any questions, have we, from anybody?
Can't see anything on the box. No.
Okay, so we'll close now because it's 10 o'clock. I will be here next Monday, 9:30 again. I think you will. We're 52 weeks of the year, myself and Mark. This is your 30 minutes of free training and guidance. If you're struggling with lead capture pages or anything, get in touch with either myself or Mark outside of this. Just email us or get in touch on Facebook. and we'll let you know what systems we use and how easy it is. And I'm sure if you know, we've got products that we use, and those are the ones that we'd recommend.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I'd just like to say Merry Christmas to everybody on the call, listening to the replay of the call. Thank you ever so much for all of your support, Mark. An absolute pleasure to have got to know you, and you know, thank you for all of your help. And for those people where Christmas isn't the happiest time, you know, just plug in with this group here, and let's make sure that you create success in whatever way you want to. Success is not money. Success is what something brings you. So just think about what you want out of being online. And if that's just finding friendship in certain communities, that's perfect as well.
And I'll just add to that, just the same, enjoy your Christmas. I wish everybody on this call, or whoever watched this video, if you see it before Christmas, a great Christmas. If it's next Christmas, next 2014, happy Christmas, dear. Enjoy yourselves, and you deserve it. And I'll look forward to seeing you next Monday. As Angela says, we're 52 weeks every year. Unless obviously it's going to be Christmas Day that year, I guess we won't be doing them.
Yeah, we probably won't then.
We'll have that day off. But yeah, we'll certainly look forward to seeing you next time, and we'll get cracking on some of the strategies for 2014. But thanks you, Angela. I mean, it's been a pleasure. It really has, to get to know you this year, and I think we've certainly made a bit of a difference with things that we've learned together over these. I think that's what it's been about. It's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, so, it's been fantastic. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Yeah. Say hi to the family as well.
Yeah, have a great Christmas, Angela. Have a great time.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.